Hello and welcome to a not so awesome review, and today we are looking at the Dragon Ball Super Dragon Star Series Vegeta. Now, these figures are up for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store and Toy Wiz, and they're supposed to be coming out in August. That was the word at the New York Toy Fair, though they are coming out at GameStops right now. Only one of my GameStops in my area had it. They only had Vegeta. I couldn't get my hands on Goku or Beerus, which are the other two that came out in this first half of the wave. The other three that are coming out are a non-Super Saiyan Goku, a Super Saiyan Vegeta, and a Frieza, which the Frieza looks cool. I think Vegeta, out of all of them, like looking at the pictures and everything, came out the worst of them, and it's just because his neck looks a little bit weird, but we'll get into that in a minute. These are kind of in the Marvel Legends style that a lot of companies are doing. I know Bandai is doing the same thing with the Power Rangers Legacy collection figures. Now, this figure is lacking in articulation. From what it looks like, they're all lacking in one major thing. I'm just gonna put it out there because it's probably the most annoying thing about this particular figure here, and probably I'm assuming Goku and Beerus both have that issue. There's no real ab crunch. Now, that's just not not a good choice for something to skip out on with these figures. They have a kind of weird thing going on, which I'll show you in a few seconds here, but no ab crunch, which really, for a lot of people, I know is going to be a like make or break deal. Now, this is a Build-A-Figure series, just like everything now. We have a Build-A-Figure, and this one is going to be Shenron. You can see he does come with a piece of Shenron. The arms don't move, which kind of sucks, but paint-wise, it's not horrible. You can see some green coming onto the yellow there, but, you know, for the price, $20 retail, 6 figures total. I guess it's not horrible to get a Shenron, though. It would have been cool if we got, like, I don't even know who you would do. Broly, maybe? That actually would have been cool if they decided to do movie villains as the Build-A-Figures. I think that would have been awesome, you know, do Cooler, Broly, what, the weird guy who looked like Goku, was it Turtles? Garlic Jr.? That would have been awesome. Anyways, he does come with a pair of extra hands, blasting hands. You can see I have one on him already. And they're alright, though they don't have the peg in the hand. The peg stays on the figure itself, and I'll show you that right now. You can see you have to pull, and the peg is right there, which I'm not a fan of that kind of design. I know it's common for figures to do that, but I'm not a fan of that design, just because when the peg is on the actual hand, at least that way if the peg breaks, not all the other hands are useless. In this case, if the peg breaks, then yeah, it kind of becomes useless because you're not going to be able to put a new hand on there. But, you know, it is a little hard to take on and take off, but not too bad, you know. The figure itself, let's get into the sculpt, which isn't too bad. He does have a little bit of blue paint on his armor right here, which is kind of annoying. And they really weirdly, they put the bottom, like, 2 parts of his abs on this area of him, and it just kind of sticks out and looks really weird. Like, they should have just kept everything down there smooth, because it really stands out for no reason. There's really no point of adding that there. Face sculpt wise, it's not horrible. It looks like Vegeta. You can tell it's Vegeta from certain angles. It looks better than others. Like, if you turn his head like that, it doesn't look bad. Full on sideways, it's not that great. Kind of has like a weird look to it. Even looking forward, it doesn't look horrible, but I don't know, sideways to me, I think it has to do with the way the neck and the head, everything is put on there. It does not look great. The hair looks awesome. His armor looks, well, like his armor. The boots do have the lines right there. They are sculpted in. No boot rotation. I just thought I'd point that out right now because it's cut like there would be, but there is no boot rotation at all. Speaking of that, let's just get into the articulation on here. His head, being the shape it is, actually limits it, which is kind of disappointing. that's as far as he can look up with his head. It is on a ball joint from what I can tell looking under there. So he can tilt his head side to side. And like I said, he can't really look up or down because he has this like oval thing going on there. And I get why they did it. You know, Vegeta is short. His neck, I wouldn't say is small, but I don't know. It looks like he has no neck from certain angles, which isn't cool. If you like turn it like that, it's not horrible, but straight on, it looks like he has no neck. And I'm not really liking that much. He can turn his head all the way around. But like I said, up and down, nothing really. A little bit the side-to-side action. I think Goku probably will have a better articulation on that. Like I said, I wasn't able to get my hands on him. But yeah, going with his arms, they don't move out as much as I would like. That's really not that great. Though you can rotate there. He does have a little bit of a gap there when you move his arms. He does have the double jointed elbows though. He does have an upper arm rotation. No glove swivel, but his hands do have this hinge here and do rotates around. So good hand movement, more or less. I do wish they could go up just a little bit more than that. His legs split apart a pretty good amount. That's not bad at all. Does have this upper thigh kind of swivel going on there. His legs do have that kind of hinge thing that a lot of older, I think, Figuarts figures have, and the Figurized figures, I think, also have that kind of movement on there. So they can do that. He does have double jointed knees that work pretty good. Like I said, no boot swivel, which I think sucks. I mean, Goku has boots, Vegeta has boots. I think it would have been really easy to incorporate the swivel right there. I know a lot of people don't necessarily care. Some people don't like it, some people do like it, but it would have been nice just to have it. And his leg is on a ball joint, so it can move up a little bit. The boot gets in the way. Can move back a little bit. Does have somewhat of a pivot and rotates all the way around. And for his ab, like I said, he doesn't have an ab crunch as much as he has a slight movement forward and back. He can rotate all the way around, and he can pivot side to side, but I don't know, like I feel like they did that to keep this all nice and clean, like his armor. Same thing with Goku's shirt and everybody else. They kind of, it does give it a clean look, but I don't know, I feel like it kind of kills the figure just a little bit. I don't really know how else you would have done that, you know, rotation there and made it look nice, but I feel like I wouldn't have minded the cut on his armor or anything just to get that extra articulation. I think it would have actually helped a lot more, especially with posing and stuff. But the figure itself doesn't look too bad, especially for $20. I think it is worth getting, though. You know, what is it, about $30-ish more. You can probably get a better Vegeta from the SH Figuarts line, $10 more. So I know they don't have one for the Figurized, but you can get the Figurized figures usually for around $30 on Amazon. So you have options, though this is probably going to be the easiest ones to get once they reach actual stores and not just GameStop. Let's get into some size comparisons and wrap up this video. So just for fun here, he is standing next to some of the older Vegetas that I already had from when I was a kid. They're all dirty, beat up, but that's because I loved playing with my Dragon Ball Z toys when I was younger. This one would have been awesome to have as a kid, just because of the extra articulation and stuff. Even without the ab crunch, I think he would have been awesome to have as a kid. Though I can say the same thing about the Figuarts one, which let's do a comparison with the Figuarts figures. So here he is standing next to the Figuarts Goku and the Figurized Goku. Like I said, I don't have the Figuarts Vegeta to compare him from, but you can see that this one definitely stands way out of scale from Figuarts, but pretty good in scale with Figurized, which isn't bad. Figurized doesn't have a Vegeta yet, at least a normal Vegeta. There is that Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. For the price, I'm still kind of leaning more towards Figurized. They're about $5 to $10 more, especially if you get it on Amazon. Yeah, you have to put them together, but that's half the fun for me anyways. It is fun putting these things together. Though, if you don't want to put things together, I would say definitely these Dragon Stars aren't that bad. I would actually venture to say that if you don't want to spend the extra $20 to $30 for the Figuarts, that it's probably something to look into. They look nice. Like I said, they do have their issues. Hopefully, we'll get better articulation in the future. But so far, I don't know. I do like it. It's not something I can recommend 100%, but for people willing to save some money and who don't want to put a model kit together, this is a pretty good alternative. Anyways, let's compare it to some Marvel Legends and Mezco figures. So here he is standing next to the Marvel Legends Captain America and the Mezco 112 Joker, and he does scale in pretty well with the Marvel Legends figures and the 112 scale figures. You can see even muscle-wise, he's not too bulky. Captain America's actually bulkier than him. He's the right size for being Vegeta. Hopefully Goku is the right size for being Goku. Whenever I get him, I will do a review and we'll do a side-by-side comparison. Hopefully the GameStop has a shipment pretty soon because I do want to get my hands on that Goku and Beerus at some point, and eventually the other figures to build that Shenron. Anyways, just move on to some final thoughts here and wrap this video up. So overall, I do think this is a pretty good first try for Bandai doing these Dragon Ball Z figures. I do wish they took some cues from their Power Ranger Legacy line and added the App Crunch, though vice versa, I wish the Power Ranger line, hopefully in the future, takes the kind of head joint they have here and on their Megazords so we can get a little bit more of that pivot. Just adds a little bit more articulation, and yeah, aside from that, not a bad figure. There are a few issues with the paint. I don't know if you can tell on camera, he does have a little bit of blue coming on to his armor right here. The white on it is kind of, I wouldn't say damaged, but dirty looking, and I don't know, it feels rough. I don't know if I can clean that off or not. You can see some blue on his neck from where they painted the flesh tone. And you do see a little bit of a gappage right here on his side where the plastic didn't kind of meet all the way together and glue perfectly. So it's not without its problems, but like I said, for a first kind of run of these figures, it's not bad. Is it for you? That's really your choice. If you don't want to put model kits together and don't want to spend the prices for the figure arts, then definitely something to look into. They are to scale for your Marvel Legends, which I know is definitely going to be a plus for a lot of people. Otherwise, figure-wise, standard figures, the model kits are pretty good. They are to scale with Marvel Legends more or less, and they do have somewhat more articulation. Figure arts, they're more money. They look better. They have better articulation. It's the way to go if you have the money to spend on it. If you don't, these are something to look into. But anyways, I hope you enjoy that review, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye. So I did forget to mention how far he can kick forward, which isn't too much. It's about average in the fact that like a lot of figures can't kick forward too good. It's around there. It's nothing amazing. It could be better. He can kick far back pretty good. Not great, but better than most figures. Um, can't stand on one leg, so that's a bonus. Sorry about the crappy images here. I am in the middle of editing all of this. It is a not so awesome review, so where would we be without some hiccups? Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys later. Goodbye.